welcome to our podcast where we talk about important global issues shaping the world today. I am your host, Jillian Lorraine Petalier, and today we will explore three main topics: global migration, population decline in developed countries, and global economic policies. These issues are connected and affect many countries around the world. Joining me today are two business experts. First, we have Zelo Padilla, an international business consultant who studies global workforce, trends, and migration. Welcome, Zelu.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so happy to share my insights about migration and population trends.
And we also have Mark Andrew Lutang, an international trade analyst who focuses on global economic policies and trade systems. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, and I am excited to discuss how global economics affects our countries and the other countries and also our people.
Let's Let's start with global migration, Zalu. Can you first explain what migration means?
Migration refers to the movement of people from one place to another, usually from country to another country. Like for example, I'm gonna migrate in Japan and I'm from Philippines. And in order to live or like work there temporarily or permanently, so it's up to the person if temporary lang ba or permanent na siya dito. And migration has been happening for years and is influenced by different social, economic, and political factors.
So, next question. What are the common reasons why people migrate?
The common reasons that people migrate is there are two main reasons. There is a push factor and a pull factor. First is a push factor. So these are problems that force people to leave their home country. So for example, include unemployment, poverty, natural disaster, or even political conflicts. So in pull factor is, on the other hand, are positive opportunities that attract people to another country. These include better job opportunities, higher salaries, better education, and serving living condition.
Next, can you give us another world examples of migration?
So, a good example is the Philippines, where many Filipinos migrate to countries like the United States, Canada, we have Japan, and Middle East just to work. So, because of the salaries of other countries, and they are often called overseas Filipino workers or also known as OFWs. Many leave the country because of limited job opportunities at home, but they are attached to better salaries abroad.
Oh. So, next question. For you, what is one major global migration challenge today?
One major challenge is managing the large number of migrants entering certain countries. Governments sometimes struggle to provide enough housing, jobs, and even services. And at the same time, migrants may face discriminations or difficulty adjusting to a new culture. So for example, they had another language and mahirapan ang mga Filipino to like fit in sa culture nila.
Okay. Thank you, Zalo Padilla. Migration clearly affects both the country's people live and countries move to. Now, this brings us to another important issue: population decline in developed countries. In this juncture, we will discuss about the population decline in developed countries. So both of you, what is population decline?
Thank you for that. Population decline happens when the number of births in a country becomes lower than the number of deaths.
So over time, this causes the population to decrease and the society to become older.
Okay, thank you. So how does demography transition model explain this?
So the demographic transition model, or DTM, explains how population changes as countries develop economically.
In stage 4, countries have low birth rates and low death rates. In stage 5, birth rates become even lower, which causes population decline in aging populations.
So for you, which developed countries are experiencing this problem?
So two good examples are Japan and Germany. Japan has one of the oldest populations in the world, and fewer young people are being born, while Germany also faces similar challenges with a growing elderly population and fewer workers entering the labor force.
Okay, last question. So how does migration relate to population decline?
For me, migration can actually help solve this issue. When younger migrants move to developed countries, like let's for instance, they late recently we talked about the pull and push, right? They pull, like for example, the Philippines people pulled Germany. They pulled the people from Philippines to Germany because of they have economic growth, they have a stable economic, a good politics. That's why it can fill job shortages and support the economy. This help balance the aging of populations.
Okay, that's very interesting. So now we will move on to global economic issues. So Andrew, let's start with the basics. What are tariffs and quotas?
So, basically, tariffs are taxes placed on imported goods coming from other countries. Government use tariffs to make foreign products more expensive so that people buy local products instead.
What about quotas?
Mm, Quotas, on the other hand, it limits the number of goods that can be imported into a country.
Okay, next question. What about trade liberalization?
Trade liberalization refers to reducing trades barriers such as tariffs and quotas in order to encourage free trades between countries. This allows business to sell products more easily across international markets. That's like we have this called liberalism, right? It's free trade. It can be less expensive for the other countries to buy.
Okay. So for you, how do these economic policies affect jobs and economic growth?
So, trade policies can have both positive and negative effects, right? Trade liberalization can increase economic growth by creating more business opportunities and increasing global trades. However, same local industries may struggle to compete with cheaper imported goods, which can affect jobs. Like for instance, other migrants or other international business pumunta dito sa Pilipinas, their quality is more that higher than the local. So other people push to buy that because of the quality, not the quantity.
Okay. So for the last question, how do these economic policies connect with migration and population changes?
Economic policies influence where businesses invest and where jobs are created. When countries have strong economies and job opportunities, people from other countries may migrate there for work. At the same time, countries with aging population may rely on migrant workers to support their labor forces and economic growth. That's what like I said recently, that if the other countries have this stable economy policies when it comes to their businesses, so that's why other people, just like in the Philippines, they're pulled by the other countries to work to migrant so that they have this we call the stable financial, so they can support their families. They can live up and they could change the cycle of poverty.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. Today, we discussed three important global issues: migration, population decline in developed countries, and global economic policies. As we learned, these issues are deeply connected. Okay. Migration helps address labor shortage, population decline affects economics, and economic policies influence global job opportunities. So, according to organizations like United Nations and World Bank, migration and economic cooperation will continue to shape the global economic in the future. So thank you, Andrew and Zalu, for sharing your insights today.
Thank you so much for also having us.
It was a pleasure to be part of this very comprehensive, very insightful discussion.
And thank you for our listeners for joining us today. Stay informed and stay focused about the world around you.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number